Director of Rugby for the first time. And our captain for your questions.
You at the end of the first half.
Yeah, to be honest, a bit stumped because I think they had a similar experience in the second half. I'll explain what I mean now, but just that the way they kept the ball, and I could see why, because we were a transition team, but when we turned the ball over, we were so tired from those defending. I think they were really good physically. We were amazing. We smashed them in double. They worked the ball to the edge. We have to work backwards, get off the line. So when we got the ball, we just hacked it away or kicked it out. It was a lesson for us. I didn't have a plan, is the truth. We tweaked something on defense at half time, but it was a lesson for us. It was tough. I think what gave us hope was that physically I think we double tackles on that. We were great. They just found that little space on the edge. We have to retreat. We were just gone there. It was tough. Tough.
I mean, if you look at the second half, that ability to kind of grind it out.
I think Steve, the first half, it's actually coaching. I was just talking to their coach now. They're a very nice bunch. They're saying, the first half we get the ball, we're in on 22, we turn it over, we kick it out or hack it down. In the second half, it was exactly the same for them. We were, but a different style of rugby. We enter, we cough at the ball, which is frustrating 5 meters from their line. They can't then start their phase play from there. They've got to kick it out, which creates another transition situation. So that we sort of fed their phase play in the first half, and they fed our sort of transition play in the second half. Really weird game of rugby, and there's no solution. I don't know the solution for either.
If it went on another 10 minutes, you would probably got another throw.
But I think Ulster were outstanding, and that. But the truth is, we've butchered. Bulls probably 3 or 4 tries we butchered last week, 5 or 6, or it's at least 6 last week. They're probably similar, if not a higher number. We had from minute 50 onwards, we were entering. It's just, poor Evan for all his good work. 3 balls, 5 meters from the line, less than 5 meters from the line. Tough.
Would you say that, judging from the element that we saw the measure tries and everything, and this going to grind up, we've got to prep for?
I think today will be very, very helpful for next week. Obviously, a different size creature that's coming out, but very helpful. The second half, I know what you mean by grinding up. We got off the canvas and we slugged it, and we sort of that. But at least we were playing that transition. We were playing Stormers rugby in the second half. It's frustrating to leave so many tries out there, but it's going to be great preparation. That at first, Moon was on the field. You can maybe talk to it, but that first 20 minutes tough.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was a completely different test to Edinburgh. And like you said, it's great preparation for next week. Also had a great game. I think they put us under a lot of pressure that first half, and also for us as a team, I think we showed great balls, and I think it was great character for us to get that win against a quality Ulster side. Fantastic, really. I'm really chuffed.
Was it a case of them disturbing the rhythm of the team? Like last week you had good rhythm, this week you struggled to get going.
I just think they tested us completely different to any other side. We knew it was coming. The Irish side, and they've got continuity. They're multi-phase side, and I think that's what they did in the first half. Kept the ball really well, made us tackle non-stop, and I think that, like Dabo said, it did drain a bit of energy, and we couldn't really get into our transitions. But really showed some great cuts towards the end. And the second half, I think it was a game of 2 halves.
I wouldn't have liked to bought a ticket in that stand. I went to the South stand. You saw nothing today.
The party stand.
The party stand.
Marsha, you got 2 different games last week, this week. That makes your job now more difficult, I would say.
It's a challenge. We've got to analyse how the centre combination worked, loose forwards. Only one of the big tight ends can start, but I think they'll be happy with the way it goes up. But that is a problem, fitting all those guys in. So, it's a chicken and egg situation. Do you choose to stop La Rochelle, your most physical guys, or do you think we're going to break them open with our X factor, which might require something else? So it's going to be a tricky one. So it's going to be a test match next week. It's going to be an incredible game of rugby. I would suggest the biggest rugby team in the world, better than a lot of test teams. If they're on in World Rugby rankings, they'd be in the top 10 without any stretch. So it's going to be a great occasion. And yeah, looking forward to it very, very much.
Oh, yeah,
JJ, 50-22 is Wales.
Yeah, he's a good player, isn't he? He's not chosen for that. Otherwise, Curry would be a 20 cap Springbok.
Just a word on the player of the match, Ruben van Heeren. Every week he just seems to get better and better all the time. Just keeps growing. That must be one of the positives for you, and especially for Salman in the second row as well.
Yeah, we're spoiled for choice there. It's one of the tough things, you know, a youngster like Connor Evans on in the 23, and probably deservedly not in the 23, but Ruben is so old school. Like, he's one of the guys, he wants to win every game. It's like it's an incredibly competitive guy in a nice way. Just wants the team to win, and that's how he plays. I mean, his work rate is extraordinary. Yeah, he's a really nice look. We're really blessed with the three locks that are in our team today.
Oh, yeah, happy with the scrums.
Yeah, I thought there was one in the start of the second half where Brocky we had them really in the march, and with Brocky, they could accuse Brocky of walking around. You know, he's not fit enough. You know, I thought that was a tough call, and I thought a couple of calls, but yeah, look, they're a good front row. I mean, they got Stephen Kitsoff in there, Rob Herrings at 30-odd test, Ireland International, Tom O'Toole. It's a good front row. When I say not happy, I think we could have got 1 or 2 rewards better, but yeah, what do you?
100%. I just think we didn't get the reward that we wanted. I think it was a good scrummaging performance. 1 or 2 calls didn't go away. We spoke about it at halftime. But yeah, pleasing scrummaging performance, I think.
They had a kind of grip on the scrumming performance, if you know what I mean. It was like always, they had to kind of quickly get the ball out.
Yeah.
You know? So you guys were taking energy out of it.
Yeah, I think that's our frustration. We felt we had the upper hand, and we got 3 penalties against us. So we thought that was a bit tough. But yeah.
I just want to, we can go back to the first 40 minutes. So to just say, kind of a blanket statement, you know, you guys were poor in those first 40 minutes. Is that just, you know, not the way you see it with the other things happening there?
We spoke a lot about our double tackles. Yeah, and I thought we delivered on that. I think where we were poor was just this defensive issue that we got a little bit tight, so we gave them the edges, and that really hurt us. So it will put, and literally they didn't put us under the same pressure in the second half, but we addressed it at half time. But you know, if you've got 11-year-old forwards inside there, sort of 12 or 11-year-old players, there's going to be, and then one of the edges, that edge is compromised, and they get that free run, and because you're sort of scrambling back, they can start stepping inside, which is actually how we lost the final against Munster last year. Whereas normally when they step inside, we're going forward. So we were a bit tight. We didn't open up enough for the forwards who were following. So a technical thing. I don't think we could say in the first half, our effort, like I say, we look at those dominant tackles. It wasn't like we weren't there physically, was it? But just that, so you go off the line, go forward, and then they get a 20-meter run. So our pack's coming back, they have to go off the forward, and then they can naturally get tighter. And that's, right. To me, it was more well played by Ulster than really poor play by the Stormers. I know we made, the poor play element probably came in, a couple of guys dropping 3 contestables, which to put us under a bit of pressure.
Was this going to ask someone, but you felt a bit tight when we were sitting off the field?
The air.
The air,
Yeah.
Did that contribute to the ball being a bit
Greasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was actually a point that we brought up before kickoff. It was very greasy. It was humid, and I think that possibly contributed to the aerial battle. But let's not take anything away from Ulster. I think they put us under a lot of pressure, and for us to contain that and to actually get the win at the end is proper, really.
So last thing, were you happy with the breakdown, bro? The recycling of the ball? You guys couldn't really get the attack and rhythm going like you got last week.
The truth, I don't spite it part, but I need to have another look. I thought we generated some fast ball, but there was 1 or 2 moments we were inaccurate and it sort of popped out and that sort of thing. So, but I promise you, I'll be talking for the sake of I waste your data. I need to have a look at it properly.
Coach, just congratulations on your role as Director of Rugby. Just casting your eyes to the future, what would that entail in terms of not just in the the medium term, but for the future as well for the Stormers.
Well, I think that doesn't change anything really. I think it's just about so me being responsible for the rugby program in terms of the new ownership. I think we'll have guys in charge of the pathways. I don't think I'm going to be a classic sort of step back out and step into the office. I really want to stay close to the team, and that's my core job. I think if you point, if you don't do that, there's a danger that the environment can change. And I think we've got quite a nice environment at the moment, so I want to sort of take responsibility for that. But there are people, some in this, who are going to help with the pathways, the player welfare, the athletic performance. So my role probably practically won't change.
I'm asking because I think you've mentioned in the past that you want to make the Stormers as one of those elite clubs in the world.
Yeah.
And when you talk about La Rochelle and you talk about the Lenses of this world,
exactly.
Is that part of the aim of?
1,000%. We want to be at the top table of world rugby. If you think where we are now, what are we, probably fourth or fifth still in the URC now. Played 2 finals. We were in the group of death. I'm actually going to show them the thing on Tuesday, where our odds of getting out of the group of death are 1 in 40. And we've come out hosting a last 16 game. We want to be in the top table. Crusaders hard because they're playing literally in a different pool, a different ocean now. But obviously they are one of the top clubs in the world. Leinster, La Rochelle, Toulouse, we want to sit at that table. I don't know whether it's the top 10 or the top 5, but that's where we're going to go. And I think without the talent base here, the amazing people that support us, this stadium, an organisation which is definitely in a secure ground than it was a few weeks ago. I think, and a playing base. We're not going to, people think, I've said, we're not going to go out, and LaRue said this week, we're not going out and buy Galactic. If we just keep this team together, it's young. The more cohesion we get, keep this team together, we can get there. If we've beaten La Rochelle at home this year. We've got another group of death. We're going to get a home playoff. I promise you, in some form in the URC, and that's what we want to. So we're not. It's not a lofty pipe thing. URC champions, URC finalists, going to be there at the sharp end this year. Playing La Rochelle here next week. If the season finishes, we get knocked out next week. We 1-1 against the best club team in the world for the season. Not the apocalypse now, So no, that's definitely our goal. And I think that must be. I think it's the people of Cape Town. It's such a big club. Sorry, I'll give you a lecture now. This is a big team. It's not mine or Red Dyers or the players. Just in terms of support, and I'm just saying all those reasons I've said to you. That's what we should be. There's no reason why we can't be there. And Crusaders, I'm sure, have got the same player base. Leinster's built a very well model, and we can learn from how they run it. But from a few public schools, we've got the people of Cape Town, and it's extraordinary. So that's where we need to be here.
What do you think you could do to have an ex-CEO of Leinster on the board? Sorry, I'm off topic a bit, but the board could be a great board.
That's a very good board. That's where we probably needed that. They're not easy. But they wouldn't be such successful business people or CEOs of Leinster if they were. The old days of me fudging numbers and saying, please can we sign this guy on a WhatsApp or something like that over. But I think Mick was at the helm of Leinster from when they came from relatively middle to how many times champion of four European Cups. It's massive expertise, in every respect, So I think it's useful. I think we must also actually no, maybe not say it.
24,602.
Really?
Last week, yeah.
Brilliant.
I thought they were incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know, someone would
you can latch on to that. The rugby wasn't what you wanted to be shown in that first half of it. They were never quiet. Right half,
Yeah, I think we gave them a different show tonight. I think any rugby supporter, not only them, can appreciate the guts shown tonight. And really, I'm probably just repeating myself, but I'm extremely chuffed, and we're really grateful for the support. And hopefully, over the next couple of years, next couple of weeks, those numbers can increase. I'm pretty sure they're really looking forward to next week.
Last point, just on Salman, you must be really happy your leaders coming back to form nicely. He's got that 31 minutes in Durban,
100%.
he got 40 minutes at Loftus, he got 65 last week, today 69. Although the credits are there, but he's coming back nicely, must be happy with that.
Thrilled, absolutely thrilled. To have 2 locks like that, I said to leave Adre out, who's done so well in the last. It's amazing. He's worked great, his leadership. I know the referee didn't appreciate the way he kept the referee under pressure. No, extraordinary. Well, we know he's got this new thing. As soon as he stretches his calves, we know that it's basically his signal to us to say. No, but for the amount of rugby, he's very limited amount of rugby. Wasn't the injury against December 2023? 22, sorry.
22, yeah.
To come back so quickly, to get such a high level so quickly, extraordinary, yeah.
Take over Kitsi off the homecoming today.
Yeah.
That's also another.
It must have felt weird for kids. Was he in here? No. No,
he wasn't here.
no.
So, Mom, what was the interaction like with Kitsi? Did you have a moment with him afterwards or so? I think Netas said Netas was giving him difficult.
We actually had a moment on the field. I carried the ball and he happened to tackle me. And he actually complimented me. He said, "Great carry." And I thought, "Thanks, Kitsi." And I asked him, "How are you feeling?" And he said, "He's effed." But that's really special. Kitsi is a wonderful human being, and it just shows, like, he came to the change room and everyone was really fond of him. And I think he will always have a very, very close attachment to each and everyone.
Go to the captaincy then.
Yeah, there was scrapping because Brocky was also, it was Gaza. Amen. But he's the most competitive here at half time. He was the, come on, get out. Wouldn't have much choice.
Done something for Leon's confidence also because you guys were piling on the pressure in the scrums.
Yeah, that's coaching this. Often we don't back these guys. We probably should have. The game was so tight. We probably should have taken Brocky off a bit before that. Brocky also did a theatrical lie down to say that it was time to come off. But another crap. But Brocky. But yeah, we've had that same fault before with like Quenzo's on the bench, and we haven't put him on. Leon wouldn't have a choice today. And the plan was originally, if we got away properly that game, was take Brocky off much earlier. We got those two French tight ends next week. Leon gave us a lot of confidence for next week. Now I think he's grown a lot, hasn't he? Yeah, he looks much better.
Just final one from my side. What would you next week is La Rochelle? That's another level up. What do you think you expect to beat them?
Beat La Rochelle?
Yeah, next week.
Listen, it's you could gotta have some clever. We've got to be clever. I don't want to speak about that with our plans, but you can't let their forwards conserve energy. You can't the maul. You got to have some clever ideas around the maul. Those French forwards are known for the way they park in the middle of the field to save energy. We're going to have to ask them other questions to keep them moving. So it is a different sort of tactical plan next week. But we'll be up for it. I promise you, we're looking forward to it. And Norman's very excited.
Just my final question.
Sorry.
Are there any more questions,
My final
guys?
question.
Mubin, you got your final one?
Thank you.